this is really what's going on. I mean, former Senator Joe Manchin came out after Al Green called out Donald Trump. I mean, what Al Green said, Trump started out, lying about what he was doing and saying that he had a mandate, to cut Medicaid. And he didn't say cut Medicaid, but that was implied. And Al Green stood up and said, you don't have a mandate to cut Medicaid. I mean, that's what Al Green said. And so Joe Manchin, the cross my palm with cash Joe Manchin, the coal baron, the guy who lives on a yacht, the multimillionaire Joe Manchin came out and said that was disrespectful and he's an inhuman. It was a reflection of Al Green's inhumanity, or words to that effect. This is, Manchin basically jumping on the MAGA side. He probably has political plans in West Virginia, or maybe he just, is trying to stay relevant. God only knows. But basically, the MAGA people are the people who claim that they represent the real America. And so, who are these people? We saw them jumping up over and over and over again during Trump's State of the Union, yelling, USA, USA, when Al Green was speaking. They show up at school board and city council meetings, literally wrapped in flags, sometimes carrying AR-15s, screaming obscenities, carrying Bibles. They demand that our children be exposed to measles and not get vaccinated. They're actively gutting our government in a way that is just delighting Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping. They forbid teachers from teaching sex education and then make it illegal for girls to get abortions when they get pregnant. They strip out of our schools the curriculum of the history of black people and queer people and women and their successes over the years. They say they love our military and our veterans, but they're firing thousands of people in the Veterans Administration to screw our veterans, all to lower the taxes for the billionaires even more. They claim to be champions of the elderly, but they're trying to privatize Social Security. Well, at least so far, they're just gutting Social Security. It's close enough. They insist that global warming is a hoax and fight like hell to keep hundreds of billions of dollars in fossil fuel subsidies flowing to the fossil fuel oligarchs who fund the Republican Party, which is why you can't find one single Republican who will acknowledge climate change is a crisis. They celebrate the attack on the U.S. Capitol, as well as on several state capitals. Remember Gretchen Whitmer? There was a plot to kill her. They threaten a new civil war if politicians even talk about raising taxes on billionaires. They say they believe in fiscal responsibility, but Donald Trump wants to borrow another $5 trillion to extend his tax breaks for billionaires. They demand prayer in school and one nation under God, but they completely ignored Jesus' teachings that you shouldn't pray in public. You should go into your closet and close the door to pray. I mean, he literally said that. It's in Matthew 5, I believe, the Sermon on the Mount. And they completely disregard his teaching in Matthew 25, where he said the only way to get to heaven, you want to hang out with me, here's how you do it. Feed the hungry, heal the sick, house the homeless. It was clothe the naked, but the same thing. And visit those in prison and welcome the stranger. Their preachers openly violate U.S. tax laws by preaching politics from the pulpit and then, just dare us to do anything about it. They attack colleges and academics and support over $1 trillion. It's $1.5 trillion now in student debt. And now they're actively trying to tear apart the Department of Education. We've got worldwide wrestling woman in charge of the Department of Education. I just, there are these moments where you just have to shake your head and go, what the? Anyhow, they claim to believe in democracy, but they're pushing laws to make it harder to vote. They say they're on the side of working people, but they hate unions. They're gullible patsies of hustlers claiming that religion inspires them while they're, raking in the cash to buy a new mansion in Hawaii or a new private jet. They're sexually insecure men who have been played as marks by the National Rifle Association, telling them, yeah, just strap that prosthetic penis called an AR-15 on your back, and everybody will think you're a tough guy. They're grown-up elementary school bullies who couldn't keep up in school, and so they turned to violence, and now they're doing the same thing. They don't understand basic science. They're white chumps who think they're genetically superior and are terribly confused when they see smart black people on TV. They're useful idiots of foreign autocrats and oligarchs like Putin and Xi, who send millions of trolls across social media to suck them in. They're dupes for billionaire media families, like the billionaire Murdoch family that made their money basically selling hate and fear. I mean, this is who these people are. I call them the bootlicker brigade. They're licking the boots of the morbidly rich.